So being a part of CBMC has just really grown me spiritually, to be accountable to somebody, but then to take that to the next step and carry on the process, to be that Paul to somebody else, to take what I've learned and to spread that to somebody else, to keep that growing, which is really what CBMC is all about, to me. Men in general have an issue with talking, working through some of their problems, which ends usually in the results being negative. I think there's a real need for men, business leaders, to be able to get around like-minded leaders to work through those problems, people that they can trust, have confidence, know that somebody's got their back, and that it's not going to be gossip around some table somewhere, but they can get genuine help. And I think that's lacking in all of our communities, business, and then that can spread to other things, into the family life, with your children, friends. It's just kind of a beginning. The Paul-Timothy relationship, when I first heard about it from Gary, I was looking for something anyway, but I didn't know what it was. He gave a talk, and it just clicked. I said, I'm pretty sure this is what I'm looking for. And we connected and started going through that. It's allowed Gary, building that relationship, it's allowed Gary to speak into my life. And, there's been some things that he said to me that I had to deal with. And how do I do that? I mean, you've got a couple choices when somebody shares some truth with you. You can either tell them what they can do with it, or you can take that and say, okay, how does this apply to me and what can I do? And it's been real. I mean, I can see the change in myself, and I've had other people mention that they see the change, and that's good, because I want to be that different person to my grandkids, to my wife, to friends. It's important, especially in our culture now. If you go through the relationship, in my experience, you're going to do nothing but gain. The problem is, if you don't go through it, you'll never know. And you'll always ask that question, because you're going to run into things. You're going to run into roadblocks down the road. What would happen if maybe I'd have said yes to that? You'll always have that question. You're not losing anything. To me, it's just a win-win. You're going to gain no matter what. Because the person you're meeting with, the Paul you're meeting with, they have your best interest because they're connected to the Lord. They've got your best interest at heart. To me, CBMC it's got a name, but it's not a program. It's a process. And that process is going to vary between, the end result is going to be the same, but it varies between people. It could take 6 months. Took me 1.5 years, and we're still going. Finished Operation Timothy, took 1.5 years to do that, but we still, Gary's still my Paul. We still meet. He still speaks into my life. And then me carrying that on, I think we grow the most when we walk through it with other people. If we turn around to be the Paul, the growth just continues. And it's pretty phenomenal what God can do in your life.